Can I hear? Okay. From the LA City Recreation and Parks Department. All right, hold on a second while we clear out the room for the other group. Okay, please listen up, everyone. We have a presentation, and then we'll have plenty of time for public comment. If you are planning to speak on it, make sure your card is in. Okay? Please proceed, Nigel.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. My name is Nigel Ward. I represent Great City Attractions Global Limited, who are at the early stages of making a proposal to bring one of our giant observation wheels to a location on Venice Beach. I'd like to correct one thing our chairlady mentioned earlier on. I haven't actually flown in from London. As you might tell from my accent, I have flown in from Edinburgh, an entirely different country altogether. I don't want to play the nationalistic card, but I'm very proud of Scotland, where I'm from. Thank you for this opportunity to present some facts about this project. Since I was here a few weeks ago, I have seen and heard many things about this project, both supportive and also against. Unfortunately, a vast majority of the comments that I've heard, both good and bad, are actually based on incorrect facts. So I welcome the opportunity to try and put some very clear statements and facts down for people to understand about this project so that they're better informed to make their own minds up about which way they would like to go on this particular proposal. Thank you very much. It's just a very quick bit of background to our business. Then I'm going to talk specifically about the project here in Venice Beach. And then there'll obviously be some time to ask questions, and hopefully I'll have some answers for you. I'm going to rattle through these slides quite quickly. There's a lot of images and photographs just to help with the understanding of the project and what we do. First of all, very briefly, we are the largest owner-operators of giant observation wheels in the world. Our team have been doing this for nearly 10 years now, and I think we've now run and operated successfully around 30 projects all over the world. The vast majority of them have been in Europe, specifically the UK, one or two in Australia and other parts of Asia. We currently have 5 wheels in operation. Those are all currently located in the UK. All of our projects except one are based on transportable wheels and operate from as little as 2 or 3 months in one location through to our longest serving wheel, which is currently in Manchester, which has been there for 6 years now. This photograph is our wheel in Manchester. It's in the city centre of Manchester, in the heart of the business district, and also close to the kind of more historical area. We only use what we describe as state-of-the-art equipment. Each wheel is valued at around $12 million. It has 42 fully enclosed and air-conditioned capsules. There's a commentary in there which talks about the area around the wheel wherever they're located. We work with local partners to develop that commentary, so there's a fair degree of educational element involved in these projects as well. The wheel is completely freestanding. We do not require to break the ground, put in foundations, or do anything to the ground surface at all. It's totally freestanding and transportable. This is our wheel in Belfast. We are very proud to have operated in 3 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. 2 out of those locations we were invited to extend our stay. The 3rd one we had already acquired another location for the wheel, so we moved on at the end of the agreed term. We consider ourselves to be very experienced in dealing with highly sensitive locations, and particularly historic ones. This wheel in Belfast was right next to City Hall, which is a Grade 1 listed building. Another distinguished location, this is our wheel in Paris on the Champs-Élysées and the Place de la Concorde. You can clearly see the Eiffel Tower in the distance there if you weren't sure where it was. Brisbane, Australia, this is our only static wheel. It does have foundations, but that's on a permanent contract. It'll be there for years and years. Seville, it's the heart of the city in Seville, in one of the parks. Copenhagen, Denmark, big wow factor for on these wheels. Visitors find them very hard to resist. They really do act as a focal point for the whole community. It's not just about visitors. We like to work closely with our neighbours and the local community where the wheels are located. Normally what happens is the community kind of adopt the wheel as their own, in inverted commas, and tend to use it and work with us a lot for other community events. So, Windward Plaza is the location that we're proposing to place this wheel on. You'll all be familiar with that, I am sure. Next slide, please. This is the specific location, looking towards the ocean. The actual location would be towards the centre of this photograph, over the top of what I believe is an old water feature. Just what that gentleman is showing now. Now this was our original proposal and location. This is a rendering of the wheel. It's pretty much to scale. I just like the idea of having it behind the Venice beach sign, because back in Europe that means people can quite clearly identify where we were proposing it. We evolve these projects through consultation like we're having this evening, and as a result of previous discussions I've had with a number of people, and for a lot of other reasons, we've decided to reorientate the proposed location to the one that you can now see, so it would be end on to the street, parallel at right angles to Pacific Avenue here. Now that is not a rendering, that is a real photograph of our wheel in Belfast from the same angle that you've just been looking at the renderings, just to give you an idea of the scale. From this angle, it doesn't have very much profile. This is a Google Earth model of the wheels, which allows us to rotate around and see how it looks from different angles. Next slide, please. So this is looking north and south. Now, one of the reasons that we've located it where we're proposing is that by putting it dead centre on that mark there, it leaves the existing walkways completely free for the traffic that flows up and down the beachfront and the boulevard area. So all the bikes that run up and down, the roller skaters, the walkers and so on, it won't be obstructed at all. There's another view from slightly further away. Getting a bit closer up to the rendering now to give you an idea of what it looks like closer up. The two sides of the wheel are completely open at low level, and the white sections that you can see along the sides of the wheel are where we have the water ballast, which actually supports the wheel and keeps it in position. As I said before, we don't have to break the ground, there are no foundations for the wheel at all. Just another few angles here, just to give you an idea of the impression. Fully enclosed capsules, air conditioned, 360-degree views. They hold up to 8 people, but we only normally seat 6 people at a time. This is a photograph of our wheel in Cape Town, exactly the same style of wheel that we're proposing for here. This is a loading area. People are waiting underneath the canopies, which gives you some sunshade before we load onto the capsules. These are their ticket offices. The whole wheel is designed to be completely self-contained, with no requirement to come off the footprint of the wheel whatsoever. We normally have 2 ticket booths or ticket offices on each wheel platform, each containing 2 ticket points, so there's a total of 4 ticket areas. This is inside one of the capsules, that's inside the ticket booth. All fully uniformed and trained staff. Each wheel has a VIP capsule. It's got tinted glass, leather upholstery, glass floor, TV, DVD player, there's even a cell phone in there. So, what are the benefits to the Venice Beach area and the greater Los Angeles area? Well, first of all, hosting one of our wheels, or in hosting one of our wheels, there are no direct costs to host city. Clearly, in most situations, there's a rental income between ourselves and our landlords, and then there's tax dollars going back to the state and the city. Creating a tourist focal point, as you've seen from some of the photographs earlier, people tend to migrate towards the wheel location. One of the great direct benefits to the local economy is that we'll have to recruit somewhere between 30 and 50 staff for the wheel, obviously depending on how busy we are. Each wheel has its own security. We use uniform security 24/7. I was talking to one of the police officers. Hello. We're back again. I was talking to one of the police officers earlier on, pointing out that the feedback we get from the police officers in our hosted locations is that petty crime tends to be reduced, partly because of the security presence, partly because our audience is predominantly a family type attraction, and also there is low-level lighting at night when we're closed, so security generally is improved. These wheels only take us 10 days to build on site, so we like to call them an instant high-quality tourist attraction. As I've already mentioned, it's about a $12 million investment from our company coming into the local area. It's a super silent operation. We'll be powering the wheel from town power. We'll plug into your electrical grid here, pay for the power that we use, obviously. There are no generators involved in the normal functioning running of the wheel. And as I've also mentioned, educational entertaining commentary playing inside each capsule. Next slide, please. Now, the issue of parking has come up many, many times, in fact, probably in every single conversation I've had with anybody in Venice, whether it's to do with the wheel or not. Having been here a few times, I can understand the situation. The good news is that because our wheels are predominantly an impulse buy, we don't believe that we create additional visitors in meaningful terms. We can support that by a number of bits of evidence. First of all, overall, our advance ticket sales only represent about 1.5% of our total ticket purchasing. This is only a 15-minute experience. People don't normally wake up in the morning and travel great distances just to go and visit the wheel. They're coming to the area our wheels are located in for other reasons, and when they're there, usually on impulse, they decide to take an experience on the wheel. We spend very little in marketing, and that's because we deliberately look for locations where there is pre-existing footfall. We're not in the business of trying to attract large numbers of new visitors into an area. This is all about using the existing footfall in each location. And for these reasons, these people are already here, and so they're utilising the existing parking facilities that there may be. We also, for that reason, don't locate our wheels in development zones, which is very unlike the London Eye or Singapore Flyer experience. Those are not our wheels. They're multi-million-dollar investments, far greater than the size of our wheels.